Hey guys, Ryan here. In today's video, I'm going to talk about what I think is going to be the meta for Warzone 2 and what guns you should focus on leveling up. I do want to say I'm probably going to be wrong on a couple of these. Some of these aren't going to be meta, they're not going to be worth leveling, but I hope you bear with me and understand this is just the best guess. So we're going to begin with assault rifles, and here's the very first 5 guns I'm going to talk about. At number 1, we're going to have the M4, number 2, the AK-74U, number 3, the TAC-56, or otherwise known as the SCAR, and at number 4, we're going to have the Lockman 5.56. First things first, I'm not sure any of these assault rifles are the low recoil absolute laser beams that we're used to using in Warzone 1. I'm not sure there's any of those guns currently in Warzone 2, and this is why you have to be a little cautious. I think a lot of these assault rifles are going to be good in the mid-range, they're going to be good at somewhat long ranges, but the recoil is going to be pretty heavy, the damage is going to be pretty good, but I would not expect to experience something like the Kilo, the M13, the Krig, the Farah, or whatever. I would expect these guns to be more in line with the XM4, the EM2, the C58, guns that have a little bit more recoil. And that's why I'd recommend all of the guns on this list. I feel like they're going to offer good damage, they're going to have decently low recoil, and I think they're overall going to be pretty good. And the one other benefit about leveling all of these guns is this is going to unlock almost all of the other key guns you want to use. For example, in the SMG section, I'm going to talk about the MP5 that they have in this game. If you want to unlock it though, you have to level up your Lockman 5.56 to level 14, 15, or whatever it is. And to unlock the Lockman 5.56, you have to use the Lockman 7.62. And this is how you unlock guns. And this is something that I factored into that little list. Because by leveling up your Lockman 5.56, you're going to have the MP5 leveled up, which I think is 100% going to be a meta SMG and a meta close range gun. And this is only going to be a benefit to you. The same thing with the AK-74U. In the assault rifle class, there are 3 different AK variants. So by leveling up the AK-74U, or even having the ability to level it up and unlock it, you're going to have the other 2 AKs leveled up and unlocked, and you're also going to unlock a bunch of attachments for other guns by doing this. So moving on from there, we're going to go into the SMGs. At number 1, we're going to have the MP5. Number 2, the Vaznev 9K, which is an AK variant. Number 3, the MP7. Number 4, the Hurricane. And number 5, the Fennec. I could very well be wrong on this, but I think the MP5 is going to be the close range meta on day 1 of Warzone 2. Part of the reason why I think this is because name one time in Warzone 1 history that the MP SMG from that COD wasn't meta. In Cold War, we had the MP5. It was meta. In Modern Warfare, an MP5. It was meta. In Vanguard, we had the MP40. And what was it? Meta. Even the MP7 from Modern Warfare, that was meta at the beginning too. So now think about the MP7, think about the MP5 in this game, and I would probably bet they're going to be meta. But this doesn't mean I don't think that other SMGs aren't going to be good. As I said before, I do think that the MP7 is going to be good. I think that AK SMG is going to be good. And I also think that the Fennec is going to be really good up close. I could be wrong on this. It could very well not actually translate to Warzone 2 and all of that. But I think it's going to be a close range beast, much like it was in Warzone 1. And I also think that the Hurricane is going to be a sleeper sniper support almost instantly. Now, this is a key thing because I really think that a lot of SMGs are going to function best as sniper support SMGs. Now, the MP5, for example, I don't think you're going to use that as a sniper support. But the MP7, I think you probably will use that as a sniper support. And the reason why I say this and keep talking about sniper supports is because I think sniping is going to be really good in this game, and that's something I'm going to touch on the next topic. And this is where we're going to talk about the best snipers. So I think the best one for me is the LAB330. Second is going to be the SPR, maybe. Third is going to be the SPX80. And last, but certainly not least, is the MCPR 300. If you're curious about the SPR being a maybe on this list, it's because we're unsure of how headshots are going to work and if it's going to be similar to Warzone 1. In Warzone 1, snipers that are considered light snipers, like the Modern Warfare Kar 98, they cannot headshot or one-shot headshot beyond 50 meters. So this means they're only really good on Fortune's Keep and Rebirth Island and the smaller maps. We're not sure if guns like the SPR and the SAB50 or whatever it is are going to be the exact same in Warzone 2, because this is going to really change things. If the SPR can one-shot headshot out to 150 meters or so, I think it's going to be the best sniper. However, if it can't, it's probably going to be one of the bigger snipers I listed off. I pretty much listed them in no particular order, and you could even add the Signal 50 onto the list. There's no guarantee snipers are going to be the overall meta, but if you go onto a game, go into a ground war map, and you try and make a long-range AR, put all of the attachments on for recoil and whatnot, it doesn't seem like there's too many good options for gunfights beyond 25-30 meters. Of course, you can hit some shots at 50 meters. I have found some ARs where I'm beaming people up to 100 meters, but the damage feels iffy. I'm not sure how it's going to translate to when people have plates. And when you use a sniper, this is the really big thing for me. There's almost no flinch when someone is shooting you, and this is what made snipers so strong in the beginning of Warzone. Or I shouldn't say the beginning, but after the Swiss was released and it was buffed alongside the Modern Warfare Kar 98 in the Cold War era, it was absolutely insane how popular snipers were. I'm pretty sure they accounted for 30 to 40% of all primary weapons on all of the major maps at that time, and that's just crazy to think about. I think we very well may be in a similar situation when it comes to snipers, and it would not surprise me if they end up being the meta long range option. Anyways, guys, I'm not going to talk too much about battle rifles, DMRs, pistols, and LMGs because I think they all have potential to be good, but I wanted to keep this video as short as possible, and I wanted to also make sure it was thoroughly in depth on the main topics I talked about, and I want to talk about the most important guns. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy Modern Warfare 2, and just know that we're less than 2 weeks away from Warzone 2, so you better get excited. It's been Ryan. I hope you have a good day. Peace.